people can say, I don't want it? How long they can be without water? They can't. And if people, they don't understand some part of it, I always tell them, you go to doctor, tell him, doctor, I'm sick here and there. He gives you a prescription. Do you understand it? Can you read it? No. You know, cefazolin. I don't know what kind of antibiotic is that. I used to have that, cefazolin. It doesn't make no sense to me. Lots of time, Baha'u'llah's order doesn't make sense to you, okay? Because we're in the beginning of understanding it. But surely it's a prescription. Apply it. It's going to work, okay? Don't be bothered. Don't be baffled if you don't understand all of it. Main theme of it is understandable to everyone. The rest of it is, you know, as we go on, we find out. So how do I present Baha'i faith? In many ways, I've spoken to it to be a confederation of all the religions. Baha'i faith it is, I say to the people. All the goodness from everywhere is confederated here. Nothing is excluded. Everything is included. Baha'is not only have all the religions, all the good things in the world, all the sciences, all the arts, every great man is a part of it. It's a confederation of the goodness inherited by mankind ever since beginning till now. It's all a part of the Baha'i faith. Abdul Shogi Effendi says in the world order of Baha'u'llah, every modern movement, every modern thing, it's a part of the Baha'i faith. Make it to be, he says. Okay? I say Baha'i faith is the first international party of a spiritual need. There's all kind of parties. First time, it's creating this international club that everywhere we go, we're introduced to each other in everywhere. Okay? I call Baha'i faith to people is the manual from the manufacturers for operating one's self. How do you operate yourself, this machine? The machine body is much like my car. If I don't know how this gadget works, I don't know how to operate the car like a computer. That I'm very illiterate at it. The body is much the same. We have to understand it. What are the things that it does? How do we fix it? We have to take it to the manufacturers. Baha'i faith is the dealership of God. Where you get something wrong, you go there and he gets it fixed. Doctors and hospitals are for the physical body, and Baha'u'llah is for that, you know. I say that Baha'i faith is like, to the people I said, Baha'i faith is like a window. It's like a new operating systems that Baha'u'llah has brought, like Bill Gates brought these windows. Baha'u'llah has brought a new operating system. That you uninstall those things in your head by installing this on the top of it, automatically whatever is good, it will become a part of it, whatever is bad, it will get deleted. So you can operate better as a human being. That is what Baha'i faith is. It's free of charge, you know. And talk about mission of Baha'u'llah is not, and I emphasize, is not to get rid of the bad people. Baha'i faith doesn't believe much in the bad people. For bad, we are, you know, explaining it and elucidating it to be really, a bad is either, Abdul Baha says, is ignorant, is a source of the wickedness, is ignorance, or is simply sick. Has to be, you know, fixed. If he's that jealous or is that this or just too much attracted to something. So, mission of Baha'u'llah is creating the gravity. You can't explain it what it is. Imagine, you got all kind of different things. You have a sifter and you throw things into the sifter and that they organize them where it goes there. Baha'u'llah is the gravity. Just like in the universe, God used the scepter of the gravity and put some sun in the middle of the solar system. Everything orbits around it. Baha'u'llah is that power. It's not philosophy, it's not book, it's none of this. It's that gravitational force that it brings all the great people of the world attracted to him because he's massive, he's big. You can't have the smallest goodness in yourself and not to be attracted to him. Or even recognize your need, any damn need that you have, physical or spiritual. He is the fulfiller of it. You get it fulfilled right away. Okay? That is what his mission is. As a Baha'i, we have to learn to become a salesperson. And like a salesperson, we have to take this serious. You like to sell a house or get something, you put all your life to learn it. You think you can just present a Baha'i faith to people? Not that easy. You have to learn. Talk first with your friends. I've told you before. Take a book, discuss, talk, take it around. You have to learn how to hold these things in many different dimensions of it. As the person comes, he puts the questions. You have to be like a computer. Ding, the window comes and says, okay, ask for that. Baha'u'llah says this and that and that. And you think these are the ways to get to it and what you say. So be more specific if you want to be a great teacher on these things. And as I mentioned before, stay away from this virus of station, power's thirst. Oh my God. Be sure of the man who is looking for a station to be something in the Baha'i faith. If you heard it, remember that he's got a strange virus. Stay away from him if you could advise him. He has not understood that this is a spiritual thing. It is meant to fix your spirit. And now you're using something spiritual, try to fix your material needs. Some boy on the TV, on the YouTubes, I heard him. He was good. I liked him. He had a lot of objections. Was talking, about homosexualities and this and that. One day some homosexual coming to ask me that, what are you guys talking about homosexuals? I told him that we call it abnormal. Why, he said. I told him because there are a lot of abnormalities. The guy doesn't have a hand is abnormal. He lost his leg, his handicap. It's not bad, it's not an insult. It's just recognition that majority of the people are not homosexual, therefore we call you abnormal, not like others. So is the guy who doesn't have legs, so is the man who's blind, so is the man who's deaf. It's not even necessarily a disadvantage. It's just a special. Let's call you a special personality. Now, if you can teach Baha'i faith, and if you become kind, and if you can do all of that stuff, for sure a Baha'i. One of them says that, what if in the world that people all turn from heterosexual into homosexual? I told him, well, that's like a tail of the monkey. We will see. If we end up developing the tail, as you're saying, we all accept, we will become homosexual. If it happens that we lost the tail, well, then let's evolution decides about it. Meantime, we're not going to be discussing about our deficiency. The fact that somebody is homosexual is no different from the guy who's lying, who's cheating, even is not comparable to those things. Those are heavier sicknesses. The guy has a smoking, has a drinking problem. These things are abnormal. They're not, coinciding with the natural need of the body. So, be it. That's not a big deal. And the boy was asking another questions that, why your Baha'i says that material need, material desires. These are the lexicons of Baha'u'llah. When he talks about material desires, many also places he's also saying that, not just material desire, for the same word, he says, not material desire, he says carnal desire. In general, materialistic life is to be irrelevant to your real need. Otherwise, sex is a spiritual need. Eating is a spiritual need. Anything that body needs is just part of their spirituality. It's not material. It is, if you want to say it, material. But if you think you're jealous and cruel, and cruelty and jealousy is a spiritual, therefore what? We have to say stay out of the spiritual desire to buy a spiritual. We do not mean non-metaphysic. Many physical needs, they could be a spiritual, and they are. And many non-physical things, metaphysical desires, power thirst, dictatorship, a lot of bad thinking. They're metaphysical, but they are not spiritual. The word materialistic meaning carnal desires. That means, carnal desires means irrelevant to the need of the body and the soul. You have to be careful. The rules of baha'u'llah comes whenever there is a cross between the two desires. You love that woman, the other guy might love the woman. Between you, there's a cross. You might kill each other. Baha'u'llah puts a light there. So say, there is this and that and that. So you don't have an accident. The rule comes right there. But if you go parallel, my road goes west this way, yours goes this way, there's no requirement there. And if you want to become a great personality, that's what your mom and dad wants. That's what your country wants. That's what your government wants. That's what your God wants. Everybody wants, it seems, But there are certain things you want, certain house, certain I don't know what. I want to become the best actress or something. There are others in the way and they might cross and you get, their opportunity becomes, conflict comes in there. So we have to rephrase a lot of things that has been told in the Baha'i faith. Remember, it's like nature. We have to study it to up to our own power and ability. Rephrase things, try to an understanding for ourselves, live in that, and give it to the others, and gain power. I thought I have to kind of explain what happened, those things. To me, I'm not angry about it at all. Bob says if the bad people were not around, I would have never come back. I would never come here. So, the things that happened to me led me to understand what's wrong. How could then I feel bad about it? The real bad feeling that I have is about themselves, I feel bad about those kids that they are all dispersed, Not about myself. The only way it can hurt me is that as a Baha'i you start to hate yourself, hit yourself and hit other people. I don't know what to do with that. That's my weakness. There's no other way they can hurt me. All right. So, till the next time, Allahu Akbar.